Okay. Alright! Hi. I am Protomagicalgirl. This is Megaman. This is Megaman. That's Megaman 2. This is a very good game. In 3, 2, 1, go. In a bag. So, this is everyone's favorite good old Megaman 2. I am playing on normal difficulty because I'm a huge baby who won't play difficult, but I promise I actually have learned zips since my last showing of this game in a marathon. So this was actually my first speed game, if I may give a little personal history here, and by if I may, I mean I'm going to, because I'm in charge right now. This was the first game I speedran back in, like, 2014, and I was too much of a baby to learn the zips, but now I know the zips like a big kid, so this is gonna be super great, unless I fail all of them. So we start with Flashman stage here, for a couple reasons. Primary of which is that there's not a lot you can do to speed this stage up. You'll notice this theme in multiple Mega Man games, where the stages that are just like kind of very dense, very strong mixture of verticality and horizontality, I don't think that's a word, are often the first stage, because there's not a lot you can do to speed them up. In addition, from this stage we're going to get item 3, which is real useful, as well as the flash stopper, which we will use in a place. Literally a single... Oh no, we'll use 2 places. Yeah, we'll use it in a bag, thank you, guest. My gosh. I hang out with a bunch of memers, this is awful. So, Flash Fight is hard in difficult difficulty, but it's not in this difficulty, so, like, whatever. Ah, that was so scary. I used to be so terrible at that. Now I'm less terrible at that. So, next up, oh gosh, do I even remember my boss order? Is Airman. I'm just gonna have to, like, think this through in my head, because I switched routes when I started learning all the zips. Now we get, like, a 30-second break. Leave me alone! Scott, ban him from chat. Yeah, we're going to Airman next. We're gonna take advantage of Flashman's weapon here to make some things easier. Literally, the second stage is where the route diverges in this game. So if you're really, really good, you can go to Heatman next, but otherwise it's not worth it. I'm not good, so Airman it is. So right away, we're gonna switch to the flash stopper. And we are gonna use it here. And this is just gonna allow us smooth sailing through this whole section, because otherwise we would have to take a bunch of damage and go really slow. So I hecked up a little bit there. You want to jump over that spike, and then you pause. You very specifically do your weapon menu while you're in midair. That is because in Mega Man 2, and only in Mega Man 2, when you pause the game, your vertical velocity gets reset to 0, so you can take advantage of that to get longer jumps, which hopefully we're going to use again in a second here in a slightly more dramatic way. So that's super jump. It's called that because it's a pretty super jump. But yeah, we take advantage of that pause buffer there. Ideally, you want to do it with only 1 pause buffer, but that's pretty hard. You actually might be able to do it with 0, I'm not sure. So now we have no other weapons, which means we have to do this last section with the Buster, but that's no big deal. We can just take a bunch of damage. The Airman fight in this difficulty isn't too bad, so I'm not super worried. Those enemies, which, by the way, are literally called fanboys, which I think is amazing, take 3 hits in this category, which means they're really easy to kill quickly, even if you're like me and just shoot them from the wrong spot entirely. God. I am trying to speedrun here, and there's just like a little choir of memers behind me. So this is the Airman fight. He has 4 different tornado patterns, I believe. About 2 of them are good, and 2 of them are bad. That's the best one. That's the second best one, I think. And that was the best one I got, so that was pretty good! Only 3 cycles. Please clap. Next up, we are going to go to... Where the heck are we gonna go? We're gonna go to Heatman. Man. I swear I know my boss order for this category. I promise. We're gonna go to heat, and then we're gonna go to crash, and then we're gonna go to quick, okay? Hold me to that. People who I can't see in chat. Yeah, basically. So in heat stage, we are gonna do our first zip, hopefully, unless I'm really bad. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna do our first zip. So zips in this game, they're pretty standard. In principle, a zip is when you get yourself inside collisions in a game, and kind of manipulate the game's response to that to have it kind of force you out of that collision in the wrong direction. So we're gonna get in a wall and force it to send us flying through that whole wall. To trigger this zip, we need to basically turn around without moving is the trigger condition in Mega Man 2. There's two ways to do that. In this stage, we're going to do it by doing a jump and then pressing left 3 to 6 frames after jumping, which is only a 4-frame window, but it's not that bad, I promise. You just kind of get used to it. Later in the game, we'll be seeing a different form of a trigger, where you can use the shoot, which is easier, and oh gosh, I hacked up really badly. Okay, I guess we're not zipping. Really great start to a run. Got it, cool. Okay, so we didn't zip, that's okay. We got to do a little improv strats with the item 2. It happens. And so this is our reward for having done Airman before Heat. We get to skip this block section, because this block section is the worst. Get Mega Man, go down the ladder, holy crap. Big damage boost, no big deal. As long as I'm not just completely terrible, this fight should go fine. I might be completely terrible though, we'll see. So, Heat's weakness is Bubble, and in normal difficulty, Bubble kills Heat in 3 hits. We don't have Bubble, so we're going to be using the Buster. It's going to take a bit longer. So every time you shoot Heat Man, he goes into this little flame animation, and then he chases after you. The flame animation can last for 30, 60, or 90 frames. It's completely random. Yeah. Hard boss. You don't have to clap. I mean, I failed with the clap. Oh my god. So next up is Crashman, where we're gonna do a zip that's more fun. From Heatman stage, we got Heat's weapon, but also the item 1, which is like a floating platform. Item 1 is better for doing zips than item 3, though item 3 is pretty cool. There is one zip you can do with item 2 in this game, if you're really, really good. I'm not, so we're not doing that zip. Nice breaks here. You're so banned that you've been unbanned. No, I don't like that. Okay, so this is Crashman stage. We're gonna do, there's 3 different setups for this zip. We're gonna do the second screen setup because it's the least difficult. Marathon strats. Definitely not just, I'm not that good at Mega Man 2 strats. So here's a zip. This is the shooting trigger that I was talking about. You just wrap the screen a couple times, and now we're a couple screens ahead of where the game thinks we are. So what we're gonna do with this interesting state that we're in is do a death warp. I switched to Heat there so that, here's another interesting little programming tidbit, I guess. I don't know the exact details, but at least on the surface it seems that the heat shot charge counter and the respawn counter share a value in memory in some way. So, discharging a charged heat after falling to your death will make you respawn faster, which is pretty cool. And we're going to take advantage of that a couple times in this run. And by a couple, I mean literally exactly a couple, just 2 times. Here's some birds. I hacked up. I fell down. I didn't hack up that time. That's cool. The bird cycles are all messed up now that I fell down. Oh well. Almost at the end of the stage here. Crashman fight is easy. We're just gonna shoot him with an air tornado a couple times. If you're really good, you can do it in one throw, but that involves like an extremely precise position that I don't think is consistent at all. Maybe we'll get it and it'll look super cool. I don't know. Maybe we won't. Wow, I can't believe I did that in one shot. Oh my god, I'm so cool. that was 2 shots. So next up, now that we've done all 3 stages that give us items, we've done Crash. Crash is strong against Quick, so we're gonna do Quick Man stage. Quick Man stage has not 1, but 2 zips, including one that you can soft lock by failing, so that's gonna be really fun. It's a good thing we're ahead of schedule, because if I soft lock... I got hit. That's fine. So we're gonna go this way, which isn't technically the fastest route, but just for marathon's sake, I'm gonna go here and grab that E-Tank and that life. And here comes our first, not our first, our second item 1 zip. Oh, wow, that was actually a good setup, first try. Okay. So you have to stop for a second there to respawn that fire guy so that the lights stay on. Otherwise, you have to do the zip completely blind, which is really fun. As you can see, we are not on the right screen right now. This section is unfinishable in that state, so by wrapping the screen there, which is a thing you can only do by being out of bounds like we were, we have now fixed our screen inequality problem, and now just do the rest of these lasers normally. The next zip is the soft blockable one, so that's going to be super fun. I will attempt it a single time. Okay, that looks to be a good setup. We're good! So, you have to... The reason you can soft lock there is because if you keep zipping, you won't trigger the boss gate. To trigger the boss gate, you have to be facing right. In order to make it safe, you can do those little wiggles that I did. Wow, that was a really hard fight. Whew. You can do those little wiggles that I did, which is essentially repeatedly triggering extremely short zips. That allows you to pretty much guarantee that you will hit the door safely. I think that's the only chance we have to soft lock, in at least out of the tricks that I do. I'm not sure, though. Next up is Metal. We have what I believe to be the longest zip in the game coming up in this first screen, which is pretty cool. The zips are fun. That was way too far over. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of a setup that I was doing. If you do all those item 1 placements correctly, you'll hit the zip every time. If you don't, it's no big deal. So real quick, while I'm just kind of milling my way through the next bit of the stage, I would just like to give a shout out to Duckfist, who made an extremely thorough and extremely helpful tutorial for this game. That's how I learned all of these tricks. So thanks, Duckfist, if you're watching. That is absolutely not high enough. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, the Megaman community has really great resources and stuff, which I think is awesome. So, since we didn't have the exactly optimal item 1 there, or item 2, excuse me, I just did a vertical momentum cancel to make sure I could make it across. So, the Metal Man fight. Many remember the Metal Man fight as infamously difficult. This fight's really hard, so I'm gonna need a bit of quiet here, you bag memers. Wow, that was really difficult. Okay, so what we did there was Metal Man's power, or Metal Man's pattern, excuse me, is based on what Mega Man does. He jumps and throws metal blades when you shoot, So if you come into the boss fight holding the shoot button and just auto-fire the quick blade at him, he'll never jump. Which is pretty heckin' neat. Next up is Woodman with the most interesting zip in the game, which is going to be really fun. First, we have a cool little item 2 setup, though. That looks to be a good height. Just run across here because we can. That doesn't save any time, but it's just a good way to do it. Item 2 is fast. Now we're going to switch to charged heat. Well, we're going to switch to heat and charge it. You can't just go directly to charged heat. Gonna grab that. Using the flash stopper here prevents the next 2 dogs from spawning, which is pretty nice, because they're slow. Alright, so this screen here, we're gonna do a trick called Goodwood. This is a combination of every other glitch we've done in the game so far. Screen count manipulation, zips, all sorts of stuff. I'm just gonna just watch. Switch to quick blade there as a vertical momentum cancel so that we can actually land where we want me to. Doing some invisible platforming here. We're going to use the quick blade here, quick boomerang, excuse me, to set up another zip that we needed to use the quick boomerang there. Switch to heat, wrap the screen. One more screen wrap. Climb a ladder. Now we're on the last screen. And we're at the boss. That saves a grand total of 15 seconds. That's the wrong weapon. That's difficult mode. That trick is really fun. It's less difficult than it looks. Once again, shoutouts to Duckvis. I would not be able to do this without him. Wow, another really hard boss fight. Holy heck. Okay, cool. That's probably the scariest trick in the game, except for, you know, like the soft block zip, but... Soft blocks are... Who cares? Last Robot Master coming up is Bubble Man, so say goodbye to my face because bitrate. We'll see what happens. So, by the way, this stage is Mega Man 2 song. Just so we're clear on that matter, this is the best song in Mega Man 2. Oh, that was... Please do not clap. That was an RNG manipulation? Ugh. Okay, that's fine. We have enough item to make it across here. Lost a little bit of time. Well, I mean, we lost quite a bit of time to the death, but oh well. It happens. This is a marathon. I'm bad at video games. So yeah, this song's great. Alright, so here, right in this screen... Also, hi, you can probably see my face again now. Hardest jump in the game. I missed it, because it's really hard. Alright, here comes our last zip. This one's an easy one, so... Cool! Alright, now we're done with zips. Unfortunately. There's some really crazy zips in the Wily stages that are very high risk, low reward, unfortunately. I don't like frogs. Okay, so you can't see my face again. Wow! Invisible speedrunner. Well, not invisible, but like oil painting speedrunner. Okay, coming up on the Bubble Man fight. True to the tradition of Mega Man 2's normal difficulty, this boss fight is super duper difficult. There's spikes on the ceiling. That's really scary. Wow, that was so scary. And that's all 8 Robot Masters. Even Mega Man is clapping for me. So next up, Wily stages. There's 6 of them. Some of them are long, some of them are not. One of them is Purple Hell. And now we hear the beautiful sound of Dr. Wily's furious eyebrows. I was looking at him. Oh my god. we're gonna shoot some bird eggs. And listen to some really boring, bad music. Just made a bunch of nerds angry. Yeah, no, it's good. It's just... Heck. With 2 C's. Yeah. Yeah. Use our item 2 here. And now we scale the outside of a building. So I would just like to shout out, I think Mega Man 2 does this better than any other Mega Man game, at least that I've noticed, how, like, logically progressive the Wily stages are. So this first stage, you scale the outside of a building, and then you fight the dragon and fall. And then you're in, like, the basement, like, factory power generator room, and stuff like that, and it's just cool. I like game design. Even though I hate video games. Same, though. Oh yeah, that room requires an item. You can do it with 2 or 1. I think it's easier with 1. This is a really exciting section. Reminder to never shoot to the music in this part. You will die and you will feel bad about it. Literally everyone in the community has done it. We've all died shooting to the music. So this is the dragon from Little Samson. And we're gonna send this dragon back to its video game. Go away, dragon. Go back to Little Samson. That's the dragon from Little Samson, which is the same dragon from Cuphead, which is the same dragon from the Swedish children's TV series Bolibompa. People are really uncreative with their dragons. Also, I probably should have said before, and I'm really sorry, epilepsy warning for every boss kill in Wily Castle. Every single one of them has that ridiculous flashing animation. So, now we're in that, like, factory basement I mentioned. Gonna refill our item 2. This is another spot where you can do a crazy zip. But we're just gonna do some radical, like, rocket boarding instead. Spikes. We get a free E-tank here. Yay! We also get an extra life. So switched wood here because we don't want any of these weapon energy pickups, and they would be slow. Shoutouts to Mega Man 2 Game Boy for being the only game in which picking up a weapon drop doesn't slow you down, which is like the dumbest feature ever, and I don't know why they keep doing it. Oh god. Okay. Take a nice big hit there, because literally whatever. Flash Stopper here, that's the third use of Flash Stopper in the run. Actually, I miscounted. But that's the last use of Flash Stopper. So, this boss is Pico Pico-kun. It's really not that exciting. I'm just gonna shoot some little robots with, saw blades. Yeah. If you're in chat right now, while we're waiting for this wonderful boss to be over, please spam Warp W, thanks. That would make my heart soar with joy. And honestly, the boss battle is over now, but just keep doing that. Please just do that for the rest of my time on stream. I can't see it, but I know in my heart that you're doing it, and that just makes me so happy. Next up is Wily 3, which is the shortest stage in this game, but it features the best enemy in the game, the MS Paintfish. So first we jump. Also, we get good music here. So you move faster when you're not under the water, so you always want to be doing big jumps. MS Paint Fish! MS Paint Double? MS Paint Double! Oh, heck! Cypher got 2 fish in his Rockman 2 world record, so clearly 2 fish is blessed. Shoutouts to Cypher, by the way, who just got the Rockman 2 world record, live on on Speed Gaming's Chase for the Record show. It was absolutely incredible, and he super deserved it. Switch to Quick Boomerang here, because it's what we're going to use for the boss. I got a drop, and it threw me off my rhythm. Got another one. Alright, y'all in the back, guess a number between 2 and 5. Someone just said bag. The answer was 4. Who said 4? Scott and Basan said 4. You win nothing. Except my eternal shame, because that should have been a 3 jump, but I'm terrible. Okay, so next stage up is Purple Hell. This is the scary stage. This is like the scariest part of the run. Which includes that like soft block zip, by the way, like that was fine. This is where things get really fun. We climbing. Hold up here and you'll automatically grab that ladder, which is pretty heckin' neat. So from this point forward in the stage, there's invisible holes in the floor. Like that one. Wow, I really hecked up. There's invisible holes in the floor because good game design. That's my answer. And in true Mega Man fashion, you've conquered invisible holes that couldn't kill you. Here's invisible holes that can kill you. And we climb some more ladders, and by climb I mean just jump to the top of. And now here comes the fun part, elevator antics. I hate this part of the game with a burning passion. So we're gonna do skips in all of these rooms, because otherwise you have to just ride these platforms. And they're very slow. Alright, I'm down one item, that's fine. Here's the scariest room. We're gonna take this kinda slow, honestly. There's a faster strat there, but whatever. Another vertical momentum cancel there, otherwise you can't make that jump, and then we use the remainder of our item 2. You can do that with item 1, it's a little bit faster and a lot scarier, so whatever. Coming up is the worst boss in video games literally ever, and yes, I'm including Wall Climber and POW percent. This is the Boo Beam Trap, and it sucks. Hopefully this will go okay. If not, RIP estimate. Just gonna take this hit. If you try to work your way through really fast, you can just get knocked down to the bottom again, which is slow. Alright, so we got our first double there. Casually, you have exactly enough crash bombs to beat this boss. In a speedrun, though, you can get doubles that will save you a crash bomb, which you can use on the Wily machine. Unfortunately, I missed the second double, which means I'm gonna be even on crash bombs, so that's fine. We don't need the crash bomb for the Wily machine. It would have made it a little faster. It's okay. We're through Purple Heck. I'm very happy. That was Heck with an asterisk over the H. I don't know. I mean, they did greenlight Legacy Collection 1. Alright, so refight's time. We're gonna take a pretty specific order through this room to minimize menuing, because menuing in this game is a bit slow, and moving through the capsule room is fairly fast. So we're gonna start with Quick Man, which is also nice because this boss fight is awful without crash bombs. Not that bad in this difficulty, though. Next, we're gonna go to Airman, because we're gonna use the Buster there. After this fight, we're gonna go to Heatman, shoot him with one Buster shot, because it will make contact with him faster than a bubble would, and then we can kill him after that with 2 bubbles, which is pretty neat, I think. Oh, wow, that was terrible. Okay, that was really bad, but no big deal. So we're gonna heat with 1 Buster shot, because it's a little bit faster. Then we're gonna switch to Bubble. And we're done. Alright, Woodman fight is the same as last time, except we're just gonna stand here. Now we begin Now we begin the section of refights lovingly known as Metal Row, where we just kill everything with the metal blade. Oh god, I have no health. Alright, if this first shot doesn't make contact, then we're E-tanking. Okay, we're fine. I mean, I'm gonna have to E-tank anyways. It's no big deal, though. Hard fight. Alright. So we're gonna use that E-tank, because, yeah. Now we're gonna switch to Air Shooter, and do Crashman. Who's our last refight? Wow, I sure am tired of refights. I really hope I won't have to do any more in the next game I play. Too bad there's refights in every Mega Man game. Alright, so now time for Wily Machine. On normal mode, it's pretty fast to do the first phase with heat, so that's what we're gonna do. Just one fully charged shot will knock him down to size. Cool. Want to position ourselves about there, and then mash. Easy. Alright, last stage in the game coming up, because... I don't know, I thought we killed Dr. Wily. Isn't Dr. Wily dead? So, I don't know, let's see what's going on here, because I thought the game was over after this. Wow, there's no music or anything. It's so eerie. What could be awaiting us at the end of this stage? 0, a bag, were answers given by other club members. Alright, so in all seriousness, we're gonna fight the alien now. Time is on last hit. Yeah, I'll just shout it. The only weakness the alien has is to bubble. Everything else refills its health to full automatically. So yeah, we're just gonna throw some bubbles at it. Don't hug the alien. That's my advice. Alright, we should be time after this. Time. Woo! 31:50? Nice, that was like 25 seconds off my PB. Or no, that's a lie. That was 25 seconds off of my difficult mode PB and like 1:30 and 30 seconds off of my normal mode PB. Difficult mode should technically be faster because it's 45 seconds of cutscenes faster. However, I am absolutely horrible at difficult mode's boss fights. I actually originally submitted difficult for this marathon, but no, absolutely not. Alright, so coming up next is Mega Man 5 with some nerd named Protomagicalgirl. Don't know. Oh yeah. we can just do stuff. No, I want to do the next game. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna run Mega Man 5. I'm gonna take a hot stretch break during the credits, if you don't mind, and I'll be back in a second.